boys and girls. This is Ms. Kathy of Kathy's Kids Storytime. I'm so glad you could join me for this special series of Bible stories on the life of Jesus. Our focus this week at Carolina Camp Meeting for Kids is Fix Your Eyes on Jesus. It is said that by beholding, we become changed. In all of these stories, the characters who beheld Jesus, who fixed their eyes on him, were changed. In these stories, you will hear of familiar Bible characters. The storyline is based on the Bible accounts, but there are some character names that you will not have heard before. That's because the Bible doesn't give their names. I have given them names to help you visualize them as real people. There are other aspects of their lives that I have written into the story also to help you imagine what life might have been like. The main point of these stories is that all of these people fixed their eyes of faith, their hopes on Jesus. He heard their pleas of faith, their prayers to him, whether they were thought or spoken, and blessed them richly because of it. Jesus will hear you too. I invite you to fix your eyes on Jesus, to trust Jesus with your life. Say yes to Jesus and invite him into your heart. If you keep your eyes on him, he will lead you on an amazing life adventure that is just the beginning of spending eternity with him. Won't you start now? I hope you enjoy these stories. Looking for Jesus. In the cool of the morning, Leah shut the door of her home and picked up her little boy, Caleb, carrying him gently in her arms. She was on her way to find Jesus, for she had heard that he was teaching nearby in Judea. Early on this sunny morning, Leah had fervently prayed to God that he would help her to be the loving mother he wanted her to be, that she would teach her son to love God. Leah knew the counsel given to parents by God and written down by Moses in the book of Deuteronomy. Listen, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord alone, and you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. And you must commit yourselves wholeheartedly to these commands that I am giving you today. Repeat them again and again to your children. Talk about them when you are at home and when you are on the road, when you are going to bed and when you are getting up. Tie them to your hands and wear them on your forehead as reminders. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. It was typical in those days for parents to ask a rabbi to place his hands on their child and ask for a special blessing from God. Leah had heard that the teacher Jesus loved children and treated them with great patience and kindness. She had heard of the gentle touch of Jesus, blessing those who were sick and healing them of their diseases. Leah wanted Jesus to place his hands on Caleb and bless him too, so she was going to go looking for Jesus. As she strode briskly down the hill, Leah saw her neighbor Hannah and told her that she was going to find Jesus and have him bless Caleb. Hannah too had heard that Jesus had come to visit nearby and excitedly asked if she could join Leah, for she wanted Jesus to bless her daughter Miriam. Leah happily agreed, and after picking up Miriam, Hannah fell in step with Leah. Soon they saw their neighbor Rebekah, whose older son Benjamin had just milked their goats, while the younger one, Daniel, had picked some fresh grapes and was popping some hungrily into his mouth and the mouth of his little sister Ruth. Leah and Hannah told Rebekah where they were going, and she and her brood of children also joined them on their quest to find Jesus. Deborah had just made bread and covered the loaves on the table so they would stay fresh for the midday meal. As Deborah saw the group coming down the hill, she wanted to know where they were going. Then she too joined the women with her children, Dinah and Jesse, Levi and Jacob. Before they knew it, a good-sized crowd of women with their children were walking on the dusty road to look for Jesus to ask him to bless their children. The older children eagerly skipped ahead down the hill, racing one another along the road, but not so far ahead that they were out of sight of their mothers. When the lively group arrived in the nearby town where they had heard Jesus was, they found him sitting beside a well under a palm tree, teaching the people. Jesus' disciples stood on the nearby hill, keeping a careful watch on the crowd that had already gathered to listen to his stories. When they saw the mothers coming with their noisy band of children, they started up the hill to hush the children so they would not disturb Jesus, and impatiently asked the mothers what they wanted. Jesus saw the women and children coming, and knowing why they were there, he paused in his teaching and waited to see how the disciples would respond. When the women made the request that they had come so Jesus could place his hands in blessing on their children, the disciples responded by scolding them, telling them that Jesus was much too busy and that he didn't have time for the children because his work was much too important. The disciples rudely started to send them all away, but as the mothers and their children sadly started to turn around, with anger, Jesus told his disciples, "Let the children come to me. Don't stop them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to those who are like these children. Anyone who doesn't receive the kingdom of God like a child will never enter it." With Jesus' rebuke still hanging in the air, the disciples quietly stepped aside so the mothers and their children could pass by. Jesus kindly invited the mothers and their children to come and sit down with him. He took the youngest ones upon his lap. As he talked with the children, he asked each one of them their names. One by one, he placed his hands on each child and prayed God's blessing on them by name, from the youngest to the oldest. As he finished blessing the last one, the children pressed forward to stay with Jesus a little longer, asking him all sorts of questions. He patiently answered each question in a way that was understood by the child who asked the question. And when the questions were finished, Jesus proceeded to share a Bible story from long ago. The children listened wide-eyed and with great interest to the story Jesus told. When he finished, they asked for another story. And then they asked for one more. Soon it was time for the people to partake of the midday meal. Jesus kindly dismissed the people with his blessing, for he and his disciples needed to go to the market stalls to find food and travel on to their next place of ministry. And though the children and their mothers were hesitant to leave, their growling stomachs told them it was time to go home and eat too. The mothers thanked Jesus for receiving their children so lovingly and for blessing their children. With joyful hearts, they all waved goodbye to Jesus and went on their way to their homes, talking about Jesus and how kind he had been, remembering the questions he had answered and the stories that he had told the children. As they traveled along the road, the mothers and their children began to sing songs of praise to God. When Leah, Hannah, Rebecca, and Deborah each arrived home with their children for the noon meal that day, there was much to talk about. The memory of Jesus, who kindly received their children, who took time to place his hands of blessing on them, who answered their questions and taught them lessons of truth, would be talked about for the rest of their lives. How glad they were that they had all gone looking for Jesus.